Hello, my prince. Today is the day that our credit score shall become intertwined. Hi. Thank you for coming. Oh my God, you bought a real ring?
Here today to join you two together.
To love this man,
lawful,
to be true and loyal to him, and to comfort the power vested in me by the great state of California, husband and wife.
Imagine marrying someone you absolutely despise just to keep yourself alive. Sounds like a dystopian nightmare, right? Well, for our characters today, it's just a Tuesday. We're diving into a story where a struggling musician and a desperate Marine forge a fake marriage to scam the government. The stakes? Federal prison. But when two people who are polar opposites are forced to play house, the line between hating each other and falling in love gets blurry fast. Before we jump in, here's a question for you. Would you actually commit federal fraud just to save your own life? Or is the risk just too high? Drop a yes or no in the comments. I really want to know what you do. Welcome back to 8 Minute World. Let's dive into the story. The story kicks off with Cassie Salazar. She's a hardworking bartender with big dreams of becoming a singer. But her life is incredibly tough right now. She has type 1 diabetes and has completely run out of money to buy the insulin she desperately needs to stay alive.
How we doing tonight?
One night at the bar, a group of Marine trainees comes in for some drinks before getting deployed. That's where she crosses paths with Luke Morrow. On the outside, Luke looks like your typical tough soldier. But secretly, he's being hunted down by a dangerous debt collector because of a dark past he can't escape.
I want to apologize for our friend. He's a bit...
Friend is talking about his right to touch my ass. Apparently.
Their first meeting is far from romantic. Cassie, a total free spirit, immediately gets into a heated argument with the strict, by-the-book Luke. They practically hate each other from minute one. But desperation has a way of changing things. When Cassie finds out that a Marine's wife is entitled to full health insurance benefits, a crazy idea pops into her head.
Shit.
Cassie approaches her childhood friend Frankie, who is also a Marine, and begs him to marry her just for the health insurance. But Frankie turns her down, terrified of going to military prison for fraud. Luke overhears the conversation and immediately calls her out, telling her the plan is absolutely crazy.
I'm sorry. This is a common scam.
They kick the tires on these things.
Be a real marriage?
I don't know, because you're not in love?
Be ripping off the government.
I'd be ripping off the government.
But things quickly take a dark turn for Luke. His debt collector corners him, aggressively threatening his family if he doesn't pay up the $15,000 he owes. Suddenly, the extra monthly allowance that married Marines receive doesn't sound like such a bad idea after all.
Well, you owe me 15 grand?
Look, I think I gotta...
Don't make me use this. You gotta pay me.
Hear me out.
I met this girl who needs health insurance, and if we get married, I get extra money each month from the military, and I will give you my cut, okay?
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Luke goes back to Cassie and agrees to her insane proposal. They strike a deal. They will get married, split the extra money to clear his debt, and Cassie gets her life-saving insurance. It's strictly a business transaction with zero strings attached.
I need the extra $2,000 a month married guys get.
That's it?
Listen, I need you to know what you're getting. I get court-martialed, as in arrested and maybe doing time. Okay? And we have to make this look normal, like a real marriage. And we can split the cash down the middle. Yeah, you have to promise.
I promise.
The very next day, they head straight to the courthouse to tie the knot. No fancy dresses, no happy smiles. This is easily the most awkward and unromantic wedding ever. After making it official, they have to share a motel room for the night. Right there, they lay down strict ground rules and get their fake backstory straight so the military doesn't catch on to their scam. But the real challenge is just beginning. Right before Luke gets deployed to Iraq, they have to hang out with his Marine buddies and act like a couple deeply in love. Cassie even has to lie straight to Frankie's face about this sudden whirlwind romance. When deployment day finally arrives, the atmosphere gets surprisingly emotional. At the military base, surrounded by everyone saying their tearful goodbyes, Cassie and Luke have to hug and kiss just like a real married couple. Even though it's all an act to fool the military during that goodbye kiss, you can't help but feel a tiny spark of a real connection between them.
Hey, Cassie, anything happens to me, you're my next of kin. You'll have to make up a story for my dad. But please, my dad can.
Hey guys, one more time for the newlyweds! There you go! Come on! Come get your prize!
With Luke deployed in Iraq and Cassie back in California, their charade enters a new phase. To fool the military, they have to leave a digital paper trail. So, they start emailing and video calling each other regularly to look like a married couple who desperately miss each other. But then, something unexpected happens. Through these virtual conversations, the awkwardness fades and they slowly start opening up to one another. Cassie shares her struggles with writing music, while Luke talks about the harsh realities of being in a war zone. One night, Cassie performs an original song she wrote called "Come Back Home" over a video call for Luke and his platoon. The emotional track deeply moves the soldiers. Unexpectedly, a video of her performance goes insanely viral online. Cassie's music career finally starts to take off, while Luke secretly uses his extra allowance to pay off his dangerous debt.
Country on the other side of the world. Thank you.
We're drowning in our I hope you come back.
Things finally seem to be looking up for both of them until a sudden tragedy shatters everything. One day, Cassie receives the phone call that is every military family's worst nightmare. A fatal combat incident occurs during a patrol in Iraq. Her childhood friend Frankie tragically loses his life while Luke is severely injured. Due to his devastating leg injuries, Luke is sent back home to the States early, completely bound to a wheelchair. This is the exact moment reality hits them both like a ton of bricks. The fake marriage they only planned on paper suddenly becomes incredibly real. Since the military will be closely monitoring Luke's recovery process, he has no choice but to move into Cassie's apartment. The free-spirited musician now has to completely flip her lifestyle to become a full-time caretaker for the man she originally married, just for the insurance.
Where'd you get this?
Just kidding.
It's our home.
At first, living together is a total disaster. Luke is deeply frustrated with his temporary paralysis, while Cassie is completely overwhelmed juggling her fake husband and her rising music career. Constant bickering in that tiny apartment is completely unavoidable. But beneath all that frustration, something beautiful starts to bloom. As Cassie patiently helps Luke through his agonizing physical therapy, Luke starts to genuinely care for her in return. He watches her diet, makes sure she checks her blood sugar levels, and they even adopt a pet dog named Peaches together. The massive walls they built around themselves slowly begin to crumble. Without even realizing it, their fake act of caring turns into genuine affection. They aren't just pretending to be husband and wife for the military anymore. They are actually acting like a real couple, healing each other's hidden wounds.
He's really great with kids. Not me.
Love the way you look at him. Just so real.
Just when the audience thinks they're getting a happily ever after, Luke's dark past comes back to haunt them. The dangerous debt collector finds out Luke is living with Cassie. To send a serious message, he terrorizes Cassie's mother's house, damaging property and threatening her family's safety. Furious, Luke tracks the guy down and beats him up to make sure his family stays safe. But secrets never stay buried for long. The man decides to get his revenge in the most destructive way possible. He tips off the military police about Luke and Cassie's fraudulent marriage. Realizing the danger her mother is in, and with her newly skyrocketing career at risk, Cassie feels deeply betrayed. A massive argument explodes that very night. Cassie kicks Luke out of her apartment, feeling like he just destroyed her life all over again.
Can you let me explain?
Yes!
I'm an addict.
This is why you needed to marry me. They could have hurt her, and she's the only thing.
I am so sorry. I messed up.
Go stay at your dad's or your brother.
And tell them that we're getting divorced. Tomorrow I want you gone.
It doesn't take long for the military police to step in. Both of them are called in for intense, separate interrogations. The terrifying threat of federal prison and a dishonorable discharge hangs heavily over their heads. Inside the military courtroom, the tension is absolutely suffocating. Cassie is fully prepared to confess to everything and take her punishment, knowing full well that the whole scam was originally her idea. But in this crucial moment, Luke makes the ultimate sacrifice. Standing before the judge, Luke pleads guilty to all charges. He lies to the court, stating that he pressured and manipulated Cassie into agreeing to the fake marriage. By taking the entire fall, Luke ensures that Cassie is completely cleared of any charges, saving her from federal prison and protecting her rising music career.
Sir, I coerced Miss Salazar into marrying me. That it violated military law. I assured her it didn't. Responsibility, and I am prepared to face the consequences of my act.
Very well. Then I find you guilty. Bro, upon completion of your sentence, you will be discharged.
In the end, the judge hands down a 6-month sentence in a military prison for Luke, followed by a bad conduct discharge. After the emotionally draining trial, their paths completely separate. Luke has to prepare himself to spend his days behind bars, taking the full fall for the lie they built together. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Cassie's music career skyrockets to the absolute peak. Her biggest dream finally comes true when she is invited to perform at the Hollywood Bowl, a legendary stage that every musician dreams of playing. But there's a painful irony here. As Cassie stands under the massive spotlight, looking out at thousands of screaming fans cheering her name, a life-changing realization hits her. The fame and success she chased so desperately for years suddenly feel completely hollow without Luke standing by her side. In the middle of her stunning performance, Cassie sings, "I Didn't Know," an emotional track she wrote specifically about her feelings for Luke. Every single lyric she sings makes her realize one absolute truth. The charade is over, and she has genuinely fallen in love with him. The moment the song ends and the massive crowd erupts into a standing ovation, Cassie doesn't waste a single second. She immediately sprints off the stage, completely ignoring her confused manager and crew who watched their main star just run away. She knows that Luke's time before being transported to military prison is running out fast. Cassie jumps into her car and slams on the gas pedal. She speeds through the night streets, racing against the clock to chase down the one thing that truly matters to her now. Meanwhile, at the military base, Luke's time is up. He stands near the transport bus, getting ready to be transferred. With his head hung low, he says a heavy goodbye to his father and brother. He thinks he will never see Cassie again, fully believing that she is currently celebrating her biggest success. On the other side of town, Cassie gets stuck in city traffic. Realizing she won't make it in time if she stays in the car, she does the most desperate thing. She ditches her car right there, gets out, and sprints as fast as she can down the street toward the military base. Right as Luke is about to step onto the bus, a shout breaks the silence of the night. Cassie runs up panting, screaming Luke's name. Luke turns around slowly, his eyes widening in total disbelief seeing the woman he loves standing right there, willing to abandon her biggest stage just for him.
Hi. Record deal, it's really something.
Thank you. We don't have much time, do we?
Out of breath, Cassie stands right in front of Luke, right there. In front of his father and the guards, she finally drops all her ego and the lies. She reminds Luke of their fake wedding vows, how they promised to take care of each other in sickness and in health. But this time, those words aren't a scam. Looking deeply into his eyes, Cassie finally says the 3 words she's been denying this whole time: I love you. Hearing that honest confession, Luke, who is fully prepared for the worst in prison, is suddenly filled with a massive wave of hope. They pull each other in for a passionate goodbye kiss, and this time, it's not an act for the military, but purely from the bottom of their hearts. Before time completely separates them, Luke slips off his wedding ring and hands it to Cassie to keep safe. He steps onto the prison bus, no longer filled with fear, but with a faint, genuine smile on his face.
Get it, bro.
You take good care of this for me. You hear me? Because it's real now.
I love you! I love you!
Time marches on. For the next 6 months, Luke spends his days behind cold prison walls. He quietly pays for his mistakes, carrying the heavy burden that was supposed to be shared by both of them. On the outside, the world keeps spinning. Cassie's career skyrockets out of control. Her face is everywhere. Her songs are playing all over the country. But behind all the glamour of her new life, Cassie never takes off Luke's wedding ring, keeping it close to her heart as a reminder of the man who sacrificed everything for her. She waits for him faithfully, until finally, the most anticipated day arrives. The heavy iron gates of the military prison swing open. Luke steps out, no longer a U.S. Marine and no longer a man running from his dark past. He steps out as a completely free man, fully ready to start a brand new chapter. The movie ends beautifully, showing Luke and Cassie finally living happily as a real married couple. The biggest lesson we can take away from this film is that true love doesn't always come from a perfect scenario. Sometimes, love blossoms in the messiest and most desperate of places, forcing us to tear down our massive egos and the deep-rooted prejudices we hold against others. What do you guys think about Luke and Cassie's wild journey? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching 8-Minute World. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next movie story.
Hell, we're doing